Okay, so we wheeled all weekend.
Yeah, we did.
That's Jonathan. And he's going to do a little bit of a walk around of his Jeep. Tell you what he's done, what he wishes to do in the future. Hopefully we learned something from this experience this weekend that may point him in a different direction of build. We don't know.
I want to build. That's a
He
different
wants to
direction
build.
I want to
Different
build.
direction, yes. All right, so let's start up front with
Yeah.
wheels and tires, because that's...
Yeah, so what are they, Ions? I don't know. I got a great deal on a set of wheels and tires. So that's Patagonia 33s, 17-inch wheels, Ions. And today I was really impressed with how they grabbed on some of the trails we were on. I did not expect it because I don't like them in the rain on street. So, but they did real well today. And 12.5 tires, so that's what I upgraded to. It's a 2008 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited JKU X, and so I had somebody put Rubicon wheels on it, and I wanted to go ahead and get a little different look, a little bit wider tire.
Yeah, I definitely like the holes and the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a pattern I like.
It's a nice, nod to the old school rims. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's what we have on our Cherokees, so...
Absolutely.
Except for some have D windows versus their circles, but...
Yeah. Big debate which is better.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There it is.
So... Alright, let's move to the front
To the
bumper.
front.
No, let's actually... The tires. Tires impressed Tyler so much today that he stated that that's the next step that he's getting. Because of what you did today alone.
Right.
There's a lot of things that those tires gripped went right over that previous tires that I've used, previous tires I've seen other people use,
Right.
would not have done.
And the reality is, I'm new to to wheeling and only a couple years in. So when I got the tires, again, I got them because the tire. I knew about them. I'd heard about them. I watched YouTubers that used them, but I did not go and pick them. They were on the wheels. They were already mounted. But I was hoping they would work for me. But they do well in sand. I do a lot of sand back home, and they do really well here. They did well here, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, I liked when you were aired down enough that you could see it going over the rock. You know what I mean? Where it was just hugging it and crawling right under it. Definitely did really well. I'm shocked. I thought it was more of an out west tire, and then you proved me wrong. So.
And then even try to prove me wrong.
I'm really interested to see the tire wear and long life of them.
Yeah, and so I guess now I have. Well, I have to look and see how many miles on that. I'll have to get back to you.
Yeah.
I thought I had like 40,000 miles.
I thought that's what you said the other day too. I thought you said you're like 40, 45, somewhere in there.
I thought I have to go back and check. I got it
really
written
good
down,
for how much driving you do.
Yeah, and mine's mostly highway.
Yeah.
So, yep.
All right. So back up front.
Back up front. So I have a new bumper, but just stock bumper. But I've got the Badlands as well. We didn't have to pull today, but
there we go.
I mean, I haven't. Careful, you're telling yourself. Edit that out. I have not had to pull this for any recovery other than pulling shrubs out at home. So
you've had some practice with it.
I've had some practice with it. I have used it. I have spooled it out and back in, but and then this is, I forget the name. I should have looked at all my parts before we did the walk around.
That's all right.
This is like a plate that you can get. It's from I want to say it's from Hard Rock.
Okay.
And it just sits on top. The nubs go right against the recovery hooks, and then it bolts to the frame.
So it's frame mounted, but it just sits on top.
Yeah, it sits on top.
That is good.
And I liked. The bumpers. Look, mine is. I would say it's a budget build because I'm not putting anything on it unless I absolutely need it. Clearly, I need a short, a stubby bumper. I was resisting, but evidently the way I drive, I need them. So
which is fine.
Need one. So there it is. But yeah, that's the front, and that's it for the front. I mean, I've got. I did do amber. I like amber for fog lights. And I upgraded the headlights because we all know.
When I was in front of you today, I actually looked for your lights first.
Yeah.
To keep you in mind, oh, he's right behind me. We're good. And I saw them before I saw anything else. So.
And they're nice because I feel like on trail, I mean, the few times I've been on trail, you can see, people can see you, but you're not blinding them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not super bright.
Headlights? You know what those?
You know what? These are probably an Amazon special. My son gave them to me for. I wanted some upgraded ones. I found I found some on Amazon had really good reviews.
Okay.
A lot of reviews that were good.
It was funny.
And I like them because they're bright,
Yeah.
and they project well, and they give high beams too. So
That's good.
yeah, a good high beams. I can see. Y'all are editing this, right?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, what?
and make it
I
pretty
mean, you
and all,
guys spent
yeah.
3 minutes talking about the tires.
Too long.
That's fine.
Well, you
The
were
tires
there
are
before. You were there a minute and a half. So I mean.
Well, we can go. We'll go to the snorkel and the pod lights.
Yeah, so the snorkel is an AEV snorkel. I didn't put it on. Whenever I got the Jeep, it had the AEV snorkel on it. It had upgraded Quadratec springs, so they weren't stock springs. So whomever had it did some things to it.
So what are you thinking? A 2-inch lift with the springs or an inch lift? Just
It had stocks. It had stock. I don't know. It had stock shocks on it.
okay.
And I've added, though, I put in Terraflex's budget boost, so I have 2 inches up front in puck and 1 inch pucks in the rear. And that's all I've
So it
done,
leveled it
just a
out
spacer
nice.
lift
Yeah.
on it. And it gave me, it leveled it, which I liked. I don't like the rake that all the
Yeah.
Wranglers have.
Yeah, with the.
Yeah, don't like that. So it leveled it well.
I do like
And I
the
do like
snorkel
that.
design too. That's I like the this is completely different.
Yeah, the pre-filter. I painted, so it's funny. It looks, it's old yellowed plastic.
Okay.
And my family my kids made fun of it. It's like a street lamp and on a street light. And so I usually paint it. I'll pop that off and I paint it black, but the bugs get it every time. We get some bugs coming down. So,
Oh, nice.
but yeah, so that's but
Smacking the
it's,
paint off.
yeah, but and everybody's like, oh, snorkeling, go in water. Obviously, too, it gives you clean air. Whenever
Cold air.
cold air and cleaner air. So when on dusty situations, it's going through the pre-filter before it gets down.
Yep.
And we were in some of that, some today.
Oh yeah.
Or this weekend. We were in some really dry stuff. I got Pathfinder pod lights, LEDs. I won them on an Instagram giveaway, and they were from Backwoods Adventure Mods. So they gave me I won Pathfinder pod lights, and I've got rock lights. Like 8 pod rock lights that I got from them. So I put them
Nice.
in all myself. But I like it. I mean, it helps me back home in the country roads. And
Yeah. Now it looks like this is upgraded too. Your
so
hinges.
yep, the hinge mounts.
doors, yeah.
Yep, they're on the doors and on that. Again, came with it. They were
So,
already on it when I got it.
that's
The
good.
person had added it. Now I did change the step bumper. It's an X, so it had the regular step bumper you find on most of the
Okay.
Wranglers.
Yeah.
And I just got off of an unlimited Rubicon. So
Kinda
mounted the
saves.
body we found, but it's a little bit.
It's still saving you.
It
so
is.
it's
It does
fine.
save, and it looks different. I like the look better.
Yep.
I didn't like. One of the things when you're out wheeling is getting in and out of your Jeep, or when you're camping in and out of your Jeep when it's muddy. It's just terrible. And the steps were even worse because they
Sticking
stuck out
out,
even
yeah.
further. However, it did keep a little more mud off of the Jeep, but give and take everywhere you go, right?
Yeah.
So.
We'll keep just walking around. And
We'll
then
keep walking
Do you want to open up the back or?
Oh, should I clean it up a little bit?
No, we want to see all the pornographic.
Yes. Let me at least clean up the bed.
Jesus, I have to make my bed.
Yeah, let me make my bed.
Maybe you show your table, your bed.
Oh, yeah.
and
So I
then-
made.
You can talk about the other layout if you want the layout with the.
Sure. So I made my own table because I try to do everything on budget, and I've kind of made a decision that these are sort of the places I go: restaurants, breweries, coffee houses, for more or less, and then these are the places like where I've been in the Jeep, and that's for me. My Jeep is like a way for me to get out and go neat places, and I kind of like to have a way to remember. And now I kind of like the idea that I did it on this because if I sell the Jeep, I can keep that and put it up in the garage, and
Yeah,
I've got
goes with
something I remember. For this trip specifically, I made a platform. I don't know if you can see it well or not, But I made a platform. I didn't do a seat delete, but I folded down my rear seats and I put a piece of plywood in so I could sleep in it. I knew I was traveling a long way and I wanted to be able to sleep anywhere. Gas station, well, not again, but Cracker Barrel or rest area. And that's where I stayed, is in a rest area. And I didn't want to have to worry about setting stuff up. So just my bedding is in the back, my cooler. Guys were great this week. I didn't have a lot of food that I had to bring. So I didn't have to worry about that. And which means I didn't have, normally what I have in my Jeep is I have a box about this high, the seats are up, I can throw stuff inside it, and my gear is always in boxes. I can stack boxes in and on top and with the cooler. So usually I have a chuck box that I bring as well with all my cooking utensils. But so this trip I just put all my recovery gear just in like a little makeshift drawer. So my tools and my recovery gear, and then I've got a tarp. It allowed me to put 2 different slots on either side so I can throw some things in there, which worked out really well. And then I still have my area to sleep on top. Normally I'm just throwing a ground tent in and chuck box and everything's stacked up. So when you talk about plans, the plan is I've purchased a Stevens, no, it's a Stevens, not a Stevens, but an M416 military trailer that I'm going to redo, and that's the goal, is put everything in that, take weight off the Jeep, and I can take it whenever I'm going camping.
Yeah,
so.
I'm pretty excited to see that.
Yeah,
How you do it and get
I
it
got to
done.
get on that,
Yeah.
but it's good. I've had it for a little bit, so yeah.
Heck yeah.
So
anything
home away
else-
from home.
Anything else that you would do to it after a trip like this?
So after a trip like this, and I've known I want to re-gear because, to my knowledge, it is an X. So I've got the 3.8 in it. It's a 2000. I want to say 2008, and it's got the 3.8 in it, and I believe 273 or whatever stock is on the 373s.
Highway gears.
So they're terrible.
And
As
it's a
is.
manual too.
Oh yeah,
It's a manual.
6-speed manual, which I like. And this has been a great trip to help me learn more about wheeling with a manual, because that's really tricky.
Yes, it is.
And so I've learned a lot, and I like opportunities to learn. But it's a dog on the highway on hills. You know, you hit a hill, she slows down, you're in the 5th, some even in the 4th. So I want to re-gear, especially with plans to use a trailer. I want to re-gear so I can handle it better and handle the mountains and have a little bit more get up and go and not worry about stuff like that. I would like to upgrade the suspension to like a full 2.5, 3. I'm not looking to go big. The only other thing I would do too is tires. I probably want to go, I'm thinking 34-inch tires and go to a 10.5 or a 10-inch wide tire, not a 12.5. Skinnier and taller. I like the look. I think it'd help me a little bit better on gas mileage. I'm not burning up a bunch of rubber because I drive it so much on the highway, and still have some off-road capability. So, but I don't know if Patagonia doesn't make one. Maybe I won't be getting one. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll come to that when we get
That's
there.
right. That's right. So that's where it is, what I want to do, and who knows what will happen.
You also did the exhaust.
I did, yeah. So last trip we did, we were at AOAA wheeling, and I came down on a rock and busted my exhaust. The guy's just like, let's put a MagnaFlow in it. So I did, and it's got a little bit better tone to it. I like it.
Yeah, you heard it this weekend.
Yeah,
it was
a
nice.
couple times.
Yeah.
It's all
It's a nice
the
crowd,
3.8 can do. So,
Nothing wrong
but
with
it's
that.
good. Yeah. So, but I wanted a Jeep for a long time, and I love it. Don't want to be without a Jeep at this point in my life. So, it's been a lot of fun, and I meet good people, go great places, get to do some really cool stuff. So that's what this week has been.
Yeah,
So
it's been awesome.
not meet, but hang out with. So absolutely.
All right. Well, that's his walk around. Now you get to know him a little bit more and get to see him in our series.
That's right. Hopefully some awesome footage. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
That's right.
Bye.